Hey, I'm going to invite you guys to tie this one with me. This is going to be my nightmare theme for this week with Emma Simone and Jim Sense for Thursday Night Flies. And my idea, what I'm going for here is, first of all, I've been on kind of this soul duck kick, right? I really like tying them. They're fun. They feel good for me to do. And I've always been someone who kind of operates in that realm. I'm a painter. I paint things, and I always had this kind of Wu-Tang W thing that I liked to paint. I've sold all of them, but people used to be like, "What the fuck is it?" And I'd be like, "I just like the feeling of doing it," and there was nothing else about it. It was just I liked it. So, anyways, the soul duck makes me feel that way. I just kind of fucking like it. I'm gonna stick with the soul duck. However, there's going to be a wee bit of like a rabbit strip in it. It's going to be all black. I'm even thinking about grabbing some black lead eyes or something to kind of toss on here as well. Black rubber legs. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be anything other than black. And I don't know what I'm kind of going for exactly. A Dementor. Or maybe if you've ever had like sleep paralysis, where you wake up and you're unable to move your body. It feels fucking terrifying. You feel like there's like a dark fucking thing at the edge of your bed or whatever. Maybe that kind of vibe here. Yeah. Something like that. So there we have it. I'm going to tie this on some Senyo intruder wire. And then, I don't know, this is an Aquaflies number 2 fucking hook. This is a Waddington shank, not a partridge, but a Waddington style. The eye on this doesn't open up the way that I want it to, but I don't have any black partridge shanks, like legitimate partridge shanks. I'm going hook up for Jim's sake and for, I don't know, for fucking anybody who thinks that it's a dumb idea to fucking do it. But I have something to say about it, and that's that I like it. I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. I like it, and so I'm going to do it. So when they say, like, well, what the fuck? Hook down or whatever. Well, actually, so here's the thing. I may also put some weight on this. Actually, now that I'm doing a hookup, I'm definitely going to get some black eyes. Pop up here in just a second and grab them. If this isn't like a fly tying tutorial, this is just me inviting you into my process right now on how I'm going to do this. And it might be like the most hideous fucking thing we've ever seen, or it could be like a cool fly. Right? Okay. So I've got a bunch of fucking wraps on this fucking thing. I'm a super gluer. I don't care what they say, man. Fucking I put super glue on my shit. And kind of periodically as I tie flies, I will super glue it so that I know that things are going to stay in place. I will almost always use a bobbin and kind of push this down into the grooves where the return of the shank comes. If you have this kind of shank, right? If you have I should say, even if it's a Aquaflies shank, probably my least favorite, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm stoked if you like them. They work well, actually, for some cases, like when I want to use certain kinds of beads or whatever, because they slide down on it really well. But otherwise, no. And you definitely can't use a bead on a Waddington shank because you fucking can't. So here we go. Just bring the fucking eyes down here real quick. Let's see if I even have black. I felt confident that I did, and now I'm feeling less confident at the moment because I'm not seeing them in here, which is just fucking weird. I do have gold, but that ain't gonna work out really well. Where are my black eyes located? Well, I may be out. I do have some Spirit River, like 730 seconds gold eyes that are legitimately heavy AF. It's just, do I want to add gold to it? Fuck it. So this is one of those moments where I don't have a fucking choice, I guess. I have to do something about it. Right? Okay. Now, I don't want my tying desk to become a fucking mess because I literally just got done cleaning it, so I'm going to put it back right away. Ah! Sure wish I had fucking some black eyes up in here. I don't. I don't have black eyes. I don't know what to say. It has my feelings hurt a wee bit, but you know what the fuck ever. So, no, I'm gonna put it away right away. Okay. Crazy Legs, black, blue flake. A little bit of color. I guess not just like a jet black fly. Let's get fucking into this thing. You'll notice that my vise has been turned sideways. That's because these fucking hooks are bizarre. I don't want to get jabbed by that thing. Usually what I'll do on a Renzetti, it won't work on this, it doesn't look like. Yes, it will. I'm just gonna have to undo it real quick. Is I usually just take my hook, put it around this, and keep my shit clamped up. And there's, even though I have like pulled back and been fucking jabbed by it, it's enough out of the way that I rarely ever get fucking hooked by it. I think that's the best way. Always hook, just goes right on this jammy. When I'm done with the fly, I have to take it out and kind of undo it. It's not that difficult. So let's carry on. Where are we going? Black floss. Again, a little bit of pop is going to be some, what is this, medium? Yeah, medium oval. And then I'm going to use some Uni Mylar. It's gold and silver. Gold on one side, silver on the other. I'm going to go with silver. Bummer about that is that there's going to be some gold in this fly. I didn't want that. And I'm actually sitting here trying to figure out how I can get away from it. I don't think I'm going to be able to. The only option I have is like black bead. Sorry, you're just fucking part of my process right now, and I'm trying to like solve some shit. So, you're welcome. You want to know what? I'm not fucking putting that eye on there. Hooks up. It's just going to fucking rotate or whatever. Or maybe this fucking rabbit strip will help kill it. That's my fingers fucking crossed. You don't know. Put them in a swim tank like we talked about the other night on Thursday Night Flies. If you have a swim tank and you're unsure about your pattern, before you even bother to go fucking fish it, yeah, you can tie it and it's all for shit. And then you go, put it in a swim tank and go fuck. Just strip it down or go put it in the garbage, the rubbish. So, there we go. What did Jim say? Jim has told me that the last thing to come forward is the thing that gets tied in first, right? That was a little fucking a Jim trick. He taught me that. And that would mean my schlopping is going to come up basically last in this stage. So, what I'm going to look for here, I don't have much schlopping left. And the Portland Flies shop, I've been in there now twice, and he didn't quite get it yet. He said that Jason said he had to order it by the pound. And, you know, I don't know what a pound of feathers weighs. He literally, we were discussing, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? You're going to have schloppen for like the next 4,000 years? Because a pound of these feathers has to be a lot. But hey, man. So what I've noticed is, like, these are basically, you know, like Joel Hill said, these are basically glorified woolly buggers, right? But I don't like the fluff in the back, or not a lot of it. I don't want it to be hyper fluffy, so I fucking try to eliminate most of the fluff, have a tinge, have a wee bit, so it's kind of there, but quite not. They get tied in from the thick side of the stem, so backwards of how they normally get tied in, right? We almost always tie our feathers in from the tip and get them in. That's not the Soul Duck way to go about it. Talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I really don't. I strip off one side because that's what that pattern calls out for. If you leave both of them on there, it gets too bulky, it gets too messy, and I am gonna have to be especially careful right now because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just gonna be guessing as I work my way through this fly, like what I'm gonna add next. I kind of roughly have an idea. I think there's going to be some marabou that goes in this fly, and you know, whatever. No, I don't like to keep the extra shit all the way up here and then cut it out at the end. I like to just trim it out. It's fucking fine. And then what would come up next and what would come up next? The very last thing gets tied in first. Then and then so the first thing gets tied in last. The first thing you're gonna wrap forward gets tied in last. Okay. It's such a funny thing. Now, I've also been told to wrap in your materials on these flies, or any fly, I guess. Tie them in on the bottom of the fly. Again, to kill your fly so that the weight, the bulk of the shit is on the bottom, right? If we're tying for the fish, I would think that maybe having it be as pretty as possible on the bottom. What? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you're here and you're even watching this thing, that's absurd shit. Okay? It's just dumb. Like, let's watch this guy fucking not know what the fuck he has to say for probably an hour. That's probably about how long this is gonna take. So, you locked in for an hour. You have time to pause it. Hopefully you got time to go do something fun. Because this ain't it. And this is the Vivas. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's floss. Black floss. This is a material I don't mind wasting, so I will cut off way more than I need so I don't run it short. Actually, in most cases, I probably do that because I don't like to... I don't like to run short. That's the answer. Okay. Let's go. It's gonna be ready. Advance my thread up here. Gonna be this is a big shank. I think these are 45 millimeters or some crap, so I'm gonna have like fucking lots of shank to cover. I'm still gonna do it in two groups like a soul duck would be tied. It's not gonna be a soul duck. At the end of it, I'm adding rubber legs. I'm gonna be adding some flash probably. Just these tiny bits of sparkle, or maybe even some I really like crinkle flash, or I might add crystal flash, but I use that in a very particular way. I don't like to use it like flash like in strands. I like to use it in short chunks. I don't know what to say. You'd have to go look at some of my other flies and you'll see like what I'm talking about where I've used it. Otherwise, you won't see it. Now, I'm getting to where I have cut those stems off, and that's perfect because that's going to be a transition into like a chenille of some sort. Rather than me create a trilobal dubbing material or whatever and running that forward, I love this. This is also a Vivus product. Apparently I love it, but it's Body Fuzz. I use Body Fuzz a lot. I'm a lazy fly cutter, okay? I don't give a fuck to like go off and create like these bold and new and unique things and like make composite fucking things. I'll use whatever I need to use, and that's it. That's what I've got. I'm not going to get into like that realm of stupid. So, what do I got going on? Oh, I actually need to finish tying that in. Hopefully that schloppen can make it all the way up to the front. It's going to have to be big wraps, I suspect. So, let's see. How much of this am I going to need? That much. I've got dull scissors. I need to get them off the tying desk. Go buy more because they are really fucking dull, and I really don't like dull scissors. So yeah, you can kind of pick it out as you go so it remains fuzzy, because if you don't do it now, everything else that comes through and gets kind of wrapped up on this, there's going to be fibers that get trapped down. You're going to end up with basically nothing. So just kind of take the time to pluck it out in this process, pluck it out in every process, but yeah, don't. Even when you can be lazy, you can't take shortcuts with everything, or you're an idiot. So I know I'm going to be tying in rabbit here, which means I'm going to leave myself probably at least, that's like a ½ inch from where I'm going to finish off this fly, I would say. The thread that I use is Semperfli. It's like 50D nano silk or whatever. I love the shit out of it. Probably pretty much won't be going anywhere else ever in my life as far as a thread goes. So this one is going to be now. No, I don't want gold. Oh fuck, did I tie it in? Well, fuck me, huh? I gotta see if I can get silver out of it somehow. Gold it is. Fuck. Oh, Charlie, you're fucking really blowing it there, Bob. You're gonna be big wraps. Big fucking goddamn gigantic wraps, because to keep with all the guys who are particular as shit about where those land, I'm supposed to have 5 of them technically, and the third one was supposed to land at that transition, right? Where it went from floss to the Body Fuzz. And there's 5. That'll make some of those boys proud, I guess. Look at Charlie go giving a shit about something. All right, I won't speak in third person. It's fucking weird to have the camera on, and there's no one there, but you're talking to a hypothetical audience. So I don't know how to fucking do it. It feels strange. What if they don't show up? What if no one watches this? Then I really did just sit and talk to myself. Oh well. Wiggle it. If you fucking wiggle that shit around a little bit, it gets through there a little bit better. That's my tip. synthetic material. We talked about this the other night with Jonathan Farmer too. He's not a synthetic material kind of guy. I don't care. I like to tie with organic materials, I do, but organic materials have a tendency to be a fucking expensive material, and no one's giving me anything for free. So here we go. Ready? Let's go with this. One wrap. Usually I do like a full wrap of this and then get going. All right. I don't have my hackle pliers out right now. I should have. They make it so much nicer. Yeah. You can try to fucking wiggle that on down through there. Alrighty. That made it up. I'm gonna give this a wrap, and I'm gonna try to pluck some of this out. With this, just so that a lot of those things got trapped in there. I can see it, so. Gotta get out the bodkin. Yeah. Okay, I'm being fucking quiet at the moment. That's okay, because I'm focused in on this. Now I'm gonna okay. Pretty good. Pretty good job so far. All right. Sideways. This is a tough thing to remember, like literally having this thing sideways rather than down, because of this shank. I have fully fucking tied a fly like wrong because of it. So, and this is where someone is going to chime in and say, well, that's why you should be using the Regal vise. And I'm like, no. I don't use the fucking Regal vise. I don't wanna. I had this thought right now to tie in, I don't know if I have any black. I have black mallard, but I'll tie in the mallard after. Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna go like that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Done. Now you want to know something that will really get you fucking pissed off? Is my dog, Ellie, who we've literally had to take to the vet like 19,000 times because she is almost always about to die from eating shit, got into my fucking jungle cock the other day. And we came home and I could see it in the hallway as I was walking down, and I just sat there and picked up like a million, and I mean all of it, all at once. Because I keep it in a bag, like all in one bag. Didn't even think that that could occur, but as we did leave the house, I did tell Roxy, I was like, hey, I'd like to clean up, and she's like, I'm gonna keep them in the back, and then she didn't keep them in the back. I'm not really bagging on her too hard, but it was a little frustrating to just be like, I told you so. You know, whatever. I tied that in fucking backwards. It's an ugly look. So I will be pulling these down. I like that look when they go down. Yeah. Rather than up, they go down. You get it? Okay. All right, then. I have tons of room. So what am I going to do about it? I'm trying to think. All depends on like how I fucking want this fly to look. I really wanted it to be as stealthy and as black as possible. I happen to have this on my desk. This is an EP brush. I'm pretty positive this is just like 1 inch EP brush, and I'm gonna put that in right now. And the reason why is because I'm gonna use it as a prop to hold up what's gonna be some ring neck, rump hackle, and then some black marabou. And I'm also gonna do some rubber legs, and I'm gonna let that kind of prop those out as well. So with that said, hopefully that kind of basically gets me to the front and we can polish it off from there. I love, oh, I'm gonna tie this in at the bottom actually. And then I'll continue my thought. I talk about EP brushes being like one of my favorite things ever. And the reason why I love them so much is because of that stainless steel wire. They're durable, they tie in easy, they don't go anywhere. And they mostly come in like the colors that I'm looking for. That's gonna be, well, that was 1 wrap, that's 2 wraps, and we're gonna do 3 wraps of it. I tied in at the bottom, which means I can almost finish right here. That's perfect, okay. I didn't go way too tight with those because I wanted to try to kill some space. The only thing about these things is cutting them. Yeah, don't cut them with your nice scissors for absolutely fucking sure, okay? Because like I said, stainless steel wire. And now you have like this sharp bit of it. I usually fold that back and just tie it in. And now you've got, it's double backed on itself, so it's amazing. Okay. It'd be a good time if you want to. You get that brush in there. Find any of those fibers that need to find their way out. Oh, fuck me, Lord. Nuh-uh. Not the fiber I wanted to find out. Did not get locked in. That's why I love super glue too. And here in a moment, I'm gonna probably end up using some so that that doesn't occur more than once. Let me show you where I'm at right now in this whole mess. If you can see it well, this is not gonna end up being as long as it looks. So when that looks like absolutely hideous to you at the moment, understand that that goes away. Actually, probably cut some of this out right now. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer. There it is. There it is. Yeah. The stealthy black little fucker. I like it. Okay. "30 minutes in, Rumpackle. And then Rumpackle, Marabou, Rubber Legs. I want to find this is a big shank. Yeah, I'm going to be putting Marabou in as well. So I'm going to find like a big feather. They can cover some ground. Like the biggest one I have in here, I hope. Was actually probably my answer. It's a cool looking feather. I'm not going to pluck anything off on either side. And I'm going to keep some of the stem in this a little bit wider than I normally would. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. You keep like a ½ inch of that kind of trimmed back so that when you wrap in, you're wrapping it. This is not my trick. I also learned this from Jim. I learned this from Thursday Night Flies, basically, right? I've become a by far better fly tyer because of Thursday Night Flies myself. And picking up on our guests' neat tricks, simply trying things, calling Jim, asking the fly shops, or like I've become more interested in how to use some of these materials better because I'm showcasing them, I'm presenting them or whatever. It's not a competition, but it feels nice to be hosting a fly tying program and not be somebody who like is not putting out something nice. A fly tying program. This is probably a good time actually to talk about Thursday Night Flies and to say I've noticed that I've gotten this fucking feedback when I invite some guests on, and they'll be like, "I'm not really that good of a fly tyer, and I don't think I'm a good fit," or whatever it might be. I want to say Thursday Night Flies we tie flies, but we tie them as the icebreaker. We tie them as the lead up to that Thursday night, right? Like we have a week to begin tying and to like hype up the episode. And that's all it really is. And then once we actually get into the episode, it's more about just being there. And like the rest of the community and you guys and like reading people's comments and just having a conversation and getting us through winter. It's just a way to kill like an hour and a half on a Thursday night. You know what I mean? So just show up to if you want to be a guest on Thursday Night Flies. Know that there's not like a prerequisite of being a great fly tyer, an even mediocre fly tyer, or a fly tyer at all. We have Portland Ironworks coming up. I have it right here, actually. Let's see. January 15th. Not to tie flies. He's probably going to forge something like an axe out of steel or whatever, and like that's going to be what he shows and talks about. So now you know. Okay, moving forward, tying in some Rumpackle here. This stuff is so cool, man. It trains back pretty nicely too. It's not that difficult of a material to work with. So let's get going. One thing that I do like about it so far, I can say for sure, is its blackness. Yeah, I didn't count those. I'm typically not a counter. I'm more of a looker. What does it look like? Is it going to be too much? Is it going to be too little? And either I'll fucking keep wrapping or I'll stop wrapping or whatever based on that alone. So, and I've had some people tell me all about licking my fingers and that they die of these things, and that it says, you know, known to the state of California to cause cancer or whatever. But I don't care. I mean, I don't want fucking cancer, that's for sure, but I would almost guarantee it's probably not going to be from a fucking feather. It's like my job or some other fucking something somewhere will have done the food I eat. McDonald's, where I live. I don't know. You don't get to pick your cancer. That's something I've learned in my life from the people around me who have had cancer, who probably wouldn't appreciate me talking so lightly about cancer, but that's what I got. Rubber legs, I always have a tendency to believe that these things are kind of heavy, so I try to tie them in at the bottom. And hopefully that kind of keeps it all healed and trained down here. All right, where the fuck did you come from? Rubber legs, black. I'm going to tell you in just a second what that actually says on the package, just in case. Black Blue Flake. Now, I wish I could show you. I almost just left this on my desk. I've been trying really, really hard to get myself into this good habit of putting things back in packages as I go, so that it doesn't hurt my feelings in like 25 minutes when I'm looking at this desk and it's a effing absolute disaster. And now I am gonna, so this is kind of also a garbage can fly, because I'm literally just picking stuff off of my desk at this moment, and I'm gonna use it rather than even go digging for it. I can tell you right now that this is a crinkle flash. I don't know what color exactly, but crinkle flash is some of my favorite stuff. Get that tied in there pretty lightly. Peel that one back. Now I've got two off each side. That's my formula typically. In most cases, it's almost always going to be two off of each side. And I'm going to have to cut one of those also short to match the other one. Yeah. Get it done now. I've noticed that some people do this. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to go about doing this, by the way. I love these things. They're hair clips. You get like 100 of them at the Dollar Tree for $1. Or they used to be $1. And I think the Dollar Tree is more like the $1.99 store now. The $2 store. Not the point. The point is, you can obviously like kind of hold your materials back like this, especially rubber legs that get in your fucking way. They're annoying. What's also annoying is I literally put away my Marabou as I was talking about putting away materials before I had actually used it. So there's another thing I could do here, which would be to use ostrich. And ostrich looks really cool. I could spin it up, I could put it in here. I'm actually, and I almost just had a moment where I was gonna do it, but I'm not. Now, again, I don't have any of my own clever tricks. Nothing I've ever done like came from, I think, me necessarily solving fly tying. I'm pretty clever in like a whole lot of other respects, and also typically not because of me. My trade, I'm an electrician. I've learned lots. A lot of those things are transferable to different parts of your life. Being in water, waiting in the winter, whatever, staying warm, all that shit. But all those things were most likely passed down to me from a journeyman or someone else ahead of me at some point. And I've come to the table with some clever shit, but usually it was too complicated to be sustainable, and so I didn't. Now, trying to find the way that this feather wants to lie, because it's a weird, wonky pile of crap, and that's because it's all I have left. I don't have any. I'm like at the bad end of my package is what I'm getting at. All the nice marabou's been, what way does it want? I think it wants to lay that way. So that's what I'm gonna give it. All right. Yeah. I like how marabou looks. I'm not somebody who fucking doesn't use it for whatever reason. Like there's a whole bunch of that winter steelhead fly, they fall apart kind of thing. I don't fish the fucking Great Lakes for tinhead. I'm here in the Pacific Northwest where it's like fucking probably 60 degrees right now in the middle of December. And so there's no need to pretend like ostriches, like it's gonna get cold enough that my marabou is gonna fucking fail me, freeze up and fall out or whatever. It's not a thing. We don't worry about it anymore. So that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the last little Jimmy Jam right there, if you ask me. Oh shit. What did I just do there? Oh fuck, I can tell I did something fucking stupid. It's gonna want to unravel on me. I can see it. So I'm trying to find it where that stem went. I can lock it back down. I don't know if you caught it, but I fucking broke that thing off in some weird way. But I captured it. That's just gonna create a little bit of a fucking weird look. God damn it. Look here. I'll fucking murder you, dude. Okay. Okay, we ready? What's that fucking shiny little shit bag right there? Motherfuck. That's that marabou that got when I tied it back in, but I didn't actually pull it tight. It created a funny thing. I don't know if I can solve that dilemma right now. Yeah, I can. Am I gonna end up creating a gigantic head while I'm at it? Maybe. 43 minutes in, not too bad. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna fucking completely finish this thing up, and then I think that's gonna be a wrap here. Okay, are we gonna be ready for it? Here is the Frankenstein soul duck graboid fucking thing, whatever you want to call it. It's all there. It's all there. Got to get something fucking white behind me, eh? Or in front, behind it, not behind me. Durka durka. Let's wrap it up. Whip finish. I'm not going to do anything else to this because I don't want to bulk it up, and it doesn't need anything else, honestly. It looks fucking dandy. One and done. Got that out of here. This is where I double down on this. So I will put some super glue into my fly a little bit. And usually I'll actually put it right here and use my bobkin to do this. And I'm glad I did. This is for the threads, and hopefully also it kind of absorbs through there and captures some of those other fibers. Nice thing about using a bobbin is you can get it right where you want it and help kind of push into it. So, and that is still gonna get a little bit of a layer of clear finish, UV clear finish. I will also take this and put a little dollop down right on my vise there, on the base, and just bodkin it up. Black thread, black shank, black, 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 black. This is black on black on black. All right. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a lovely day. That's pretty much going to be a wrap here. I'll take it off here in a few seconds and kind of show you. I gotta strap in that rabbit back there at the back, but thinking about it, I used intruder wire instead of braid, and so it's going to be fucking tip top stupidity. But there we have it. Let's get it out of here. I think it's gonna buff out just fucking fine, honestly. So there it is. Show you my side. Let's see if my side looks nicer. Sure does. Nightmare.